Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Sparkle English, where I teach you how to improve your level of English. In today's lesson, we will do a quiz on different punctuation and capitalization rules. I also want to tell you that I have a new ebook that I've just released that you can order by clicking on the description below this video. The book contains over 50 pages teaching you different punctuation rules. It contains punctuation cheat sheets, and also contains 8 different worksheets with answers that you can take to help practice your punctuation and writing skills. You can click on the link in the description below or click on the link in the comment section to order my ebook. I have 16 questions in total. We're going to start with the first 6. You have to correct any punctuation or capitalization errors in these sentences. Number 1, I love to go hiking on the weekends. Number 2, we're thinking of taking a trip to Europe next summer. Number 3, should we go to an Italian or Indian restaurant for dinner? Number 4, we need to break up. It's not your fault, it's mine. Number 5, I wonder when Justin Bieber will release his next song. And finally, number 6, Jessica loves skiing. Jordan loves snowboarding. Okay, so each of these sentences contains errors. Number 1, we have an error with the first word, which is I. I should always be capitalized. I love to go hiking on the weekends. Next, you might have noticed, or maybe you didn't notice, we have a space before the period. And this is incorrect. We never have a space before the period. The period should go directly after the S. Number 2, we have a mistake in the first word. We're thinking of taking a trip to Europe. We're should have an apostrophe, W-E, apostrophe, because it's a contraction for we are. We're thinking of taking a trip to Europe next summer. Europe should be capitalized. It's a proper noun. And summer should not be capitalized. We do capitalize months, but we don't capitalize seasons in English. Number 3, we should capitalize Italian and Indian because they are proper nouns. And we should end this with a question mark, not a period because it's a question. Should we go to an Italian or Indian restaurant for dinner? It's a question, so we end with a question mark. Number 4, we have 3 different errors. It's. This it's is possessive. We want to use a contraction. It is not your fault. It's mine. So we should have an apostrophe between the T and the S here and also here. And next, we have a comma here between fault and its. And this is a comma splice. We need to turn this into a semicolon, or we can make it a period and then capitalize its. It's not your fault, it's mine. Number 5 is an indirect question. And we do not end an indirect question with a question mark. We end it with a period. If this said, when will Justin Bieber release his next song? That is a direct question. We don't end indirect questions with a question mark. Next, we have an error of a colon here. We would use either a period to separate this into 2 different sentences, or because they are closely related, we can put a semicolon. Jessica loves skiing. Jordan loves snowboarding. If you have any difficulty with any of these, I do talk about all of these rules in my punctuation ebook. Number 7, he'll be with you in 1 moment. He's just in a meeting. Number 8, my sisters are coming to visit in 3 weeks. They arrive on Thursday, February 9th. Number 9, her grandfather was 87 when he passed away. Number 10, let's go shopping. I need to buy almonds, avocados, and blueberries. Number 11, John has a happy dog. We have a grumpy cat. Number 12, my boss is arriving in 20 minutes and we haven't finished our presentation. We have an error in number 7 with the first word. We want to write heel, H-E''ll. He'll is a contraction for he will or he shall. So let's put an apostrophe after the E. He'll be with you in 1 moment. He's just in a meeting. This is a comma splice, which is an error. We need to separate this into 2 different sentences. We can either add a period and capitalize he's, or make this a semicolon. The next error is sisters. My sisters are coming to visit in 3 weeks. We don't need to make this possessive, so we erase the apostrophe. We're just talking about the plural form of sister. They arrive on Thursday, comma, February 9th. We use commas to separate days and dates. Next, we have to add a hyphen in number 9. Her grandfather was 87 when he passed away. This is a compound number, and between 21 and 99, we add hyphens in compound numbers that are written out. Next, we need to add an apostrophe in let's, because let's is a contraction for let us. Let's go shopping. I need to buy almonds, comma, avocados, comma, and blueberries. The comma before and is called the Oxford comma. It is not very common to use in England and the UK, however, it is very common in North America. Next, we have a mistake in number 11. John has a happy dog. We have a grumpy cat. The semicolon is correct. However, after a semicolon, we do not capitalize the first word unless it's a proper noun. So this should be a small w, a lowercase w. Unless we turn this into a period and made it into 2 different sentences, then it would be correct as a capital letter. And in number 12, we need to add a comma after the S. My boss is arriving in 20 minutes, comma, space, and we haven't finished our presentation because we have 2 independent clauses joined by a coordinating conjunction. Okay, and our last page. We only had 2 options, freak out or remain calm. They had a busy weekend. They went skiing in the mountains, hiking in the forest, and played board games during the evening. 15. Watch out! You're going to get burned by the boiling water. And finally, number 16. Can I go to Bobby's house to play video games? He asked. Okay, number 13 is incorrect. We would use a semicolon if we were joining 2 independent clauses. But in this case, we need to use a colon to introduce the options or introduce a list. We only had 2 options, colon, freak out, or remain calm. The colon here is like saying, and these are the options. The options are as follows. In number 14, we need to add some commas. They went skiing in the mountains, comma, hiking in the forest, comma, and played board games during the evening. Now again, after comma, we always have a space before the next word. So, comma, space, then hiking, for example. Number 15, we should have an exclamation mark. Watch out! If we don't have an exclamation mark and just a period, there's not much emotion. It's like saying, watch out, you're going to get burned. We want an exclamation mark here. We have a mistake with you're going to get burned. This should be you are. So the contraction is Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. You're going to get burned by the boiling water. And finally, number 16, this is an error, games. We don't have an apostrophe here because we're just using the plural noun. And this is a mistake here. He should not be capitalized. We would only capitalize it if it was a proper noun. Okay, so let me know in the comment section how many you got correct out of 16. If you had a few errors, I really recommend you check out my punctuation ebook. that will help you understand why you made errors, and it's a great guide that you can use whenever you have trouble with punctuation or capitalization rules. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to Sparkle English for more lessons like this one, and I will see you in my next video.